We're actually nearly done though. Yeah. Right, well, there's these bits and bobs up here to get. So we'll make our way back for that. We are going to nip across here and get this though. And then just straight up here. Right. A bit of way in. And you see that? That's kind of a problem with the day and age now, mate. Right. We sell ourselves too quickly. Right. Well, for me. Right. Well, I want to be left alone. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with just wanting to be left alone and leave everybody else to what they're doing? You crack on to what you're doing, and you know, I'll do what the fuck I'm doing.
Oh, you!
Like I say, like insecurity cause you to do stupid shit off it, though. And it really is your insecurity that causes you to do it. Like, because you don't feel good enough. But if you felt good enough about a situation, you'd do stuff. Yeah, I just stream games, mate. This requires no confidence. I mean, to be honest, it doesn't require any skill. Are you seeing people that play games? Right? Are you seeing that it's just fake? Do you know that it's fake? That's the thing, right? See, personally, I wouldn't really be watching someone that constantly died 24/7. I'd be watching someone that's processing through games very quickly and getting stuff done. Yeah, unfortunately, we're still collecting all the bits and bobs. But we will be done at the end of this anyway, so. And we'll finish it before we get there and then just run the storylines. Alright, that's what
must
I'd
be careful now.
So, for me, personally, I actually think I progressed through the campaign pretty quickly. But you gotta think, I'm not speedrunning it. I'm legit just playing it as a normal person. I'm not trying to show off, bro. This is just natural. And the reason why you know it's natural, with how long I can actually keep this up for. If this wasn't natural skill, it would fade very quickly. Right? And this is what people have to learn to understand, right? If skill is not natural, it will fade very quickly. Right? Not as the person. Even when drowsy, they will still be very good at the situation that they're in. It just depends, and a good player is literally going to tell you straight up, like, you know, I'm kind of done. But yeah, these are kind of the boring bits. There's not much. We still got Tomb Raider to do, and all. I forgot how much of the fucking bobs there is. I got another Assassin's Creed Mirage that I want to do. There's another game I'd like to do. I kind of want to get the Shadows, but he's a bit broke. I ain't gonna lie. I haven't even looked anything upon it, but I haven't looked anything upon this game. Right. Like, I've not researched anything. I literally just jumped in on the game. And it's been wonderful for that, but for me, I don't remember anything because the storyline were complete bullshit anyway. I've not really remembered any of the actual storylines. It's kind of like we got through it.
Need to cloak myself here.
Mongrel!
See, I don't really get people who actually go out there looking to harm someone. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't mind harming people.
Good plunder here, but I'll need
I would just rather not.
help.
I don't see any physical need.
Reeve! Give me a hand over here!
I'm not really a weirdo that actually stalks people. Camera, it's easy. And the reason why, well, I'm up for all that. And to be honest, I have nothing else better to do. It's just there's no need for information, is there?
One finish you!
The problem is I don't really have to. I just can't be asked to be dealing with shit.
Good plunder here! Give me a hand with this!
No one should really have to deal with it. The problem is most people that are angry and aggressive are broken, damaged people that don't know how to express themselves.
Your end is nigh!
Yeah. The weaker man will more likely look for someone to start doing the work for him, yeah, and start manipulation tactics.
Take your last breath!
Yeah. Me per se, man. I am a bored man. Don't give me entertainment to do. You don't know the level of entertainment of myself. Problem is I know people like to talk, and I'll tell you what, mate, I'm really not bothered about what. But it allows me to know who's saying
Words take you!
Most things that I say
God
will
damn
be
you!
said in a certain manner, so that I can identify the person as a snake in the group. That's why I know which ones are the snakes and which ones ain't. Because honestly, mate, she told me when someone asked me a question. It wasn't even you.
God damn you!
She relayed the same words that I put across. They relayed the words that you put across, that I put across to you, to allow me to know specifically which one said. Yeah? And I can say the same thing to multiple different people in different factions and have the replica from the person that is trying to cause the shit. And 9 times out of 10, I will just pull you straight out myself. And I won't interact with you.
Hey!
Plus,
Come
I
here,
admit
Mona.
you kind of You know what I mean? Especially when you're actually helping them out, and they think that it's the other way around. It's like, like, honestly. See, like, so, you know when you go to a shop and you buy food, you're not going in there and going, oh, wow, I really don't like this. I can't wait to get home and eat it. Yeah, so why are the people out there basically doing the same shit? Yeah. That makes sense, doesn't it? Right? No one goes to a shop and goes, oh, I can't
me a
wait.
hand with this.
I don't like this. I'm going to go home and eat it. No, you go and pick something that you like, don't you? Right. And it's as simple as that. And if you don't like it,
Come.
well, you're not buying it, are you?
Leave out state are welcome.
So, why are you buying it? Same as like with certain things, like, you know what I mean? Like when you're looking for stuff to buy, like, oh wow, this is proper shit. Let's get it. Like, wow, this sofa looks like it's been ran through the mills. Let's buy it. Like that. It doesn't make sense, does it? Come on. And because of that fact, and that fact alone, I don't understand it.
Best not to draw attention here.
And I'm the sort of man that don't give a shit, man. I just walk away and do something else with my life. I've always been doing it. I mean, to be honest, I'd rather cut drugs out and cut people out completely. No more drugs, no more people. And that's what people don't understand. I'm working on trying to cut drugs out, and I'm also working on cutting people out that are not beneficial. They're pretty much just like to just sit around and smoke weed all day. Like I do. The thing is I want to get out of that. I don't want to keep doing that. I mean, I'm getting through the second day of drinking quite well, but a few hot, cold sweats. But luckily, I might have caught it in time that the addiction just took control, sort of thing.
Get back here, you coward!
Which is the main reason why I'm glad I fucking...
Not even...
It's like... It's kind of like what the
Feels
longer you
stronger
leave it,
already.
the worse it gets. The quicker you cut the fucking shit off, the easier it gets. But also, like, I've been through it before. So, it's not as if I don't know what I'm doing. My body just doesn't like what it's the difference. Right? So, and it's because like the addiction was it is starting to take over. But it's more, I don't want to be at home on my own all the time, mate. Like, no offense, but it's depressive. And it was killing me. And I needed to get out. And luckily, I had a bit of money. And Oak Tree is lovely, man. And I love Oak Tree because you're not fucking dickheads. But we're just like each other. I'm a dickhead, you're a dickhead. I mean, to be honest, who really cares? We can be dickheads together, but in good humour. Because honestly, I ain't gonna lie. Most people are like, oh, look at them two dickheads. Those two dickheads over there having the fucking time of their life, mate. And those two dickheads do not give a shit about you at all. But if those two dickheads started picking on you, you would cry. Right? Because unfortunately with dickheads, I'm not going to lie, their goal for most of that night is probably actually picking on each other in the best way that they can possibly imagine, and the funniest way. Right? And that is friendship. Right there. Right? Because yeah, you are looking, but you're looking for good humour. You're not actually looking to like just fucking hit him with a baseball bat and call it a prank so you can get away with assault and then stick it on YouTube and Facebook. Slapping people in the street with a part. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care, mate. It'd be assault and I'd be prosecuted. I wouldn't care about the prank or anything. Like, you'd learn. Put it that way. You'd be done for assault, and I'd also use your camera evidence. So, thanks for recording it. Like, not a snitch, mate, but I'm not about to fucking kick 10 bars of shit out of something that really just needs to go to prison and like, well, not prison, but you know what I mean? A slap on the wrist and that, he'll be pretty much sound. He'll think twice. Well, you know, maybe the next guy's not going to be as soft. But yeah, they think it's good. Well, because we encourage it. Very well now. They think it's good, they think it's big, they think it's clever, and they think it's fucking small. All because we actually encourage this behaviour. Right, and we genuinely do, mate. So, you know, don't lie. Like, we encourage this behaviour. We don't do anything to do opposite. So, you know what I mean? We encourage this behaviour. The problem is the person is displaying bad behaviour, and we're giving them 1 million views on Facebook, and they're getting paid for that. And then also you have a spoiled little brat that has the nerve to start calling people poor because they can't send him money. Wait, who's asking for money? Who's asking for money? What you on about? How are they poor when your broke ass is asking for money? Right. You know what I mean? Me, personally, mate. Mate, unless I brought it, I don't take it. Unless I know where it came from, I won't accept it. Simple as. But if I know where it was brought from and everything, I don't mind accepting it. Right, at all. But also, there's going to be like, do I trust the person? Right, because if I don't trust the person, then I'm probably not accepting it, you know what I mean? So like, if he's offered me a drink, but I know that this person likes date raping people, I'm probably not accepting that drink. You know what I mean? don't know where the fuck this is. I physically don't even fucking expect now. But that's pretty much like the thing. And for gender equality, mate, just do me a favour. Shut the fuck up, mate. Like, no one cares about you being trans, mate. That's your issue. That nobody cares about you being trans. What do you want us to do, mate? Clap our fucking hands for you or some shit? Like, oh wow, it was a boy and now it's a girl. It's like being reborn. Like, because other than sarcasm, I've got nothing left to not be horrible anymore. I get. Well, I don't personally get it. I mean, I can tell you when I was depressed as fuck and I didn't want to live my life, I probably thought it might be better for me to be a female because I'd be able to receive help and get attention, and you know, I might actually get somewhere with a health professional instead of being left to cope with it on my own all the time. But in hindsight, that's where I was better off left. It just took me a long time to actually accept that. How are the doctors going to help me? They can't. And I'm not going back to argue anymore. I'm done. So I pretty much just get left the fuck alone. That's it. To just deal with it myself the best I can. And all I'm doing is surviving on enough to get by. Especially now, I'm back to survive. But like, even when me and my Andy were talking, it's like, well, I mean, we're similar. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, we're both dickheads. We don't care. Like, he can say what the fuck he wants to me. I don't give a shit, bro. Like, and I seem to be able to say whatever I want to him, and he really doesn't seem to give a fuck. Like, 'cause he knows what the fuck is that? Recover all artifacts. I mean, I'm kind of collecting them, so I suppose we're coming back to that one then. First time I come across one of them. You see, that's the thing. Right. And Andy's a sad man, mate, to be honest. Like, he's just, well, it's the same as me. He's seen it all. He's done with it. He can't be arsed with it. I mean, to be honest, he knows that I'm trustworthy because, well, bless him. I know I'm technically airing his stuff out on here, but everybody knows, otherwise I wouldn't say. You know, same as me, mate, really. Fell in love with a girl that wants to play with his art, mate. And, took him for a fucking fool, and yeah, now he's feeling it. And the problem is I think he's realised that I was telling him this all along. Yeah, that she's no good for you, mate. She's using you. You need to move on. You need to do this. It's not good for you. Look at how you're doing this. Look at the state that you're getting yourself into. And, you know, look at where you are. You know, this ain't you, bro. This ain't the Andy that I first met. This is an Andy that's been eventually tore down next to nothing from his previous self. I don't know what that is, but we'll figure that out at some point. Like more towards the end. Right. And I ain't gonna lie. I'm proud of him. He's finding himself again. But he's also, like, I'm also doing the same. And, I don't know. If he's using me for inspiration, I wouldn't advise it, but, you know, if it's helping you, I don't mind. I kind of mind. I don't mind being the sacrifice if it makes people happy. Like, I kind of done with the shit. I'm not fucking killing myself. That sort of shit. Just, you know what I mean? I don't mind. I just do the best I can with what I've got, man. What I had is little, and because I had very little, I learned to do good with little. I mean, the only thing I got that allowed me a little bit of fucking freedom is my pip, and that's it. And I try to reinvest it into my games and stuff. I say I try. Right, but I needed stuff. And I got all the bits and bobs that I needed. And I'm happy. Yeah, I needed a new TV because mine was completely broke. Well, it wasn't broke, but it's old. And it was probably going to break or something. So I replaced my TV before that happened.
You are all this.
I'm doing better with my funding, and then I got a hot pot and a few pants. And then that's it, that's really all I got on my carpet.
Lots of booty here. But the cruise.
Reapers coming! Alarm!
But I got that.
Come, my wolves!
I got a bit of backdated money though. And instead of wasting it like I normally do, I actually invested it into stuff I needed. I mean, because honestly, usually I would have just wasted it on drugs. You know?
Good horse! Let's get out of here!
But I actually did sensible stuff with it for a change, and I was proud of myself for, you know, actually doing something sensible for a change. Right. Because that's not usually me, mate. Usually I just do stupid stuff. But the problem is I'm not going out and doing actual stuff, and I could probably go to the gym, but I don't want to go to the gym. I don't like the gym. It's boring for me. Like, I'd rather go to a skate park, but once again, nobody wants to go to a skate park. I'm not even that good at skateboarding. Like, yeah, I can do tricks, but compared to other people, mate, I'm amateur. But also, like, with me, compared to other people, I'm a pro. You know? The problem is all, because it's like my mate Glenn, still mad. Only because he's on the feel sorry for myself area. And I ain't gonna lie, the man can't feel sorry for himself. Like, he needs to fight and get up, basically, man. That's legit the sad truth, mate. Me, I did my fighting and I failed. So, I just lay the rest now. I'm done. Like, because what am I supposed to do? continue fighting until I lose all will to live, or get that frustrated and just walk to the house and do something stupid. Because I don't know what else to do, per se. And I don't think any of that's going to go well in a good situation, so it's absolutely pointless doing it anyway. It's just like pretty much one of them is, I don't know anymore on what to do. Because everything I did try doing just didn't work. So, yeah, and that's the worst thing. Like when you go the legit route to actually do something and then just get met with constant bullshit, how do you expect them to want to do anything? Like, find the will to live or out like that, it just evaporates. And then you just become a complete fuck up really, after that. Because once you lose hope, once you find something that regains hope, which, I ain't gonna lie, it usually ends up turning to drug abuse. Right, it really does. Humanity does this. It's no shot. Like, come on. So they're not surprised. Like, drug abuse? I mean, honestly, you go to the doctors that give you drugs. And yet you're confused about drug abuse. Do you not realize the pharmaceutical drugs that you consume is a drug? That's why it's called a pharmaceutical drug. It's just got a fancy word at the beginning. Right? And don't get me wrong, the people that need these pharmaceutical drugs to live, right? Take the motherfuckers. Someone with depression, autism, or ADHD or out like that, mate, really does not need to be taking fucking drugs unless it's violence, which is the issue. But the problem is when they've got a legit reason to be depressed, these drugs are not going to work.
Die now!
So these drugs are not going to do anything for them other than amplify what they are depressed for. And you see, that just leads to an area where you get sick of taking tablets, and you kind of look at it and you think, I've really got to take these for the rest of my whole fucking life. I mean, in hindsight, I may as well just take them all and be done with that. It's a long job. And see, that's why I'm not on medication. I'm a suicide, completely. I'm the sort of guy that kind of has to buy fucking paracetamols and hide them, just in case I get a stupid idea. And if it wasn't for the fact of realising reoccurring patterns and behaviours within myself, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I'd probably be dead right now. It was actually doing that what pretty much saved my life. And unfortunate situation. It pretty much changed my whole life forever. For the f***ing worse. down with everything. I ain't gonna lie, I really can't see much because one is dark as fuck. And two, it's so stupid. So I'm just gonna burn everything. Am I getting across there? Because I can't even climb this shit. Spikes. Right, I can't go around there. I mean, other than trying to do what I just did there, I have no fucking idea. Right. I'm stuck. Got it.
Ugh, damn troll magic.
Yeah, I know. I can run. But it really made no difference from the fog. Off we ride, my stallion. Ish, whatever you want to call it. No, no. The water. It's fucking Pumba, mate. That's who it is now. Calling it Pumba.
I must be careful now.
Pumba! Oh yeah, Pumba. You stay there, man. Cause when he was a young warthog. And he was ashamed, and I got down high. Feel. I'm gonna get Why can't I sing a song, like, per se? Like, I get if I was here, like, literally just having Disney songs on to my goddamn thing, but you know me personally singing. Does that matter, dickhead? And why is my freedom of speech invoked? But I was generally singing a couple of verses, but really should not keep back. Because honestly, it kind of makes boring streaming and stuff. Like, because I mean, you could have DJ streams and stuff like that would make life a lot more fun.
Shoot the troll-kissing coward!
Because maybe people want to be a DJ, but
Your end
they want a
is
different
right here.
sort of area. So that they can actually cater towards the people that want that area. And if you don't like it, then, I mean, it's not rocket science, you just don't watch it. I mean, what do you even want me to say?
No escape! I will gut you!
I don't like your content. Why have you been watching it for
Let's
so
slow
long?
this imp down!
That doesn't make sense. I'd say if I don't like to watch content, I'd probably just leave. But if I was enjoying someone's content, I'd probably leave a like. And that's like, I fell asleep and it's just going through, you know, it's not bad. Because I do watch stuff to go to sleep. Especially like Danny Bowes. I don't like a lot of his stuff though, because mainly because I'm just tending to use it to go to sleep. I do like a few of them, but I don't always remember. I liked his catching hack and stuff back in the past, to be honest. I thought he was more entertaining. Mainly because I don't like hackers, and it's just funny to watch hackers get what they deserve, really. I mean, what can I say? Well, something's funny, something's funny. Okay, there's another one that I have fucking no idea how I'm getting to. Well, that worked out. And anyway, what is it with people? Why do people think that if you stand near them that you want to be their friend? I mean, I just talk to anyone anyway.
Hang on.
Ain't nobody in this world is special to me unless it's my child. And if you're not my child, don't uphold yourself to any sort of grace. I'll tell you that now. Because if I had to literally walk away from my child many times that broke my heart, yeah. How easy do you think it is to walk away from anyone else, mate? You know what I mean? Like, we are a motherfucking sweat tissue war issue. Right. Walking away from people is actually another thing that I'm really good at within my life. Right. Because I'm not going out disrespecting people, although I don't mind a bit of bants. I do generally enjoy a bit of bants. Right? But where it gets bad is where someone gets their knickers twisted because they got offended. It's like, dude, just say something back, man, or you know what I mean. But there's a difference from picking on each other to like, there's rules in it, so you don't speak ill of the dead at all, right? Although, and by ill of the dead, it means family members, okay? That's what that means. So, like, you can make a joke about Michael Jackson, that's perfectly fine. Okay, you didn't know Michael Jackson, not a family member. Right? But you couldn't do that about the grandma. I mean, like, your grandma, well, no one does your grandma jokes really, do they? So, your mama jokes ain't too bad. Right? But, you know, if their mum's dead, I probably wouldn't go towards that area of subject to them. Right, unless they obviously started it. If they initiated the mama jokes, right, well, you've initiated this. The mama jokes are coming now. You're getting loads of your mama jokes, right? Or, you know, you just change it to the dad, right, or to a family member that is alive. But never speak ill of the dead. And this is why Paul Hogan is really like putting in his place. Did he get put in his place? I hope it does. And it kind of disappoints me that he says something like that. And then what happened in the fight with Mike Tyson. Because honestly, if I were Mike Tyson, I'd have been walking in that ring with a knife. He would not be coming out alive. I mean, plus, with my skinny ass, I'm probably going to need it for extra help anyway. Alright, Paul Hogan, he'll kick my ass, mate. More than likely one good punch, mate, and I'll be down. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna use my skinny ass and nimble ass body to my advantage. Alright, that's what I'm gonna do. And mainly, I'm just gonna target. I'm gonna target strong points of your body. So mainly the lower part of your back is where I'm gonna start attacking. And just beneath, well, between your spine and your shoulder blades, and start weakening the muscle so that you can't actually pick up your fist eventually. Because it's going to hurt too much. The main reason is I didn't want to fucking fight you in the first place. Leave me alone. But they're the areas that I would go for. But mine would only be in an act of self-defense. I wouldn't do it in any other way. Because there's no need for. But yeah, if you need to defend yourself, and unfortunately, number one, you're not in the wrong, I can tell you that now, because you felt like you needed to defend yourself. And unfortunately, there's a lot of ugly bastards out there that can't get laid. I mean, let's have a look what's going off in Britain and many other different countries where we've got young ladies and actual women being attacked in the streets. And these motherfuckers are like, oh, it's our God, and well, it might be your shitty ass God and your shitty ass of the religion that allows kids to be injured, yeah? But you see, this is not your country, and this is not your religion of a country. Be nice enough to think that we've accepted, I ain't accepting the pedophilia bit, right? We've accepted your religion into our culture, that you can practice that. Because if we go back a couple of centuries, you'd have been more likely hung. Alright? You'd have been more likely hung. Right? And it needs removing. Completely removing out of history. Pedophilia altogether. Just remove it all. Execution. Right? Because it would make the world a hell of a lot better place instantly. And then improve our education and healthcare. And then probably look to an actual reuse of fucking energy source, mate. Right? Whoever thought a turbine was a good idea, you're an idiot. Right? You're an idiot, mate. That's what you fucking are. An absolute fucking idiot. Right? Oh, turbines are good as safe, dude. Yeah, really. Really, bro. So, you're telling me you looked at a motherfucking windmill and you looked at an alternator on a car, right? And you decided to put two and two together. Yeah. I'm pretty sure a windmill had enough kinetic energy to churn wheat, prick stick. Yeah? It churned wheat, didn't it? Yeah, churned wheat, yeah. Probably other easy, grindable stuff it probably did as well. Right? And that's the kinetic energy that the fucking wind produced, you thick shit. Look at the size of the fucking paragliders that they had on their windmills. And you're telling me that shitty ass little propeller blade up there that usually needs an engine to actually fucking drive it in the first place is gonna do any motherfucking help. Right? You are stupid. Number one, yes, it is actually kind of a good idea, but you've created the fucking turbine blades in an absolute retarded manner and fashion in the first place. I mean, in hindsight, you only need, and you could do this on lampposts actually, you thick fuck. So how about this for an idea for you, right? Right. What you want is basically the same as a turbine, but you want to rotate it, right? And then you want 3 little ball cups, right? So that no matter which way, well, technically you want like each end, but I don't know how that's going to work, so you'll figure it out, not me, I'm not a fucking scientist, right? And have that so it constantly goes round in a circle, right? Unfortunately, the ball cup will catch the wind on a landscaping way. The thing is you've got wind coming at a landscape angle, and you've built something in a fucking portrait manner. Even if you look at the windmills, they was big and tilted to a side. I mean, in hindsight, they should have really built 2 windmills back in that day, because you got to think, if there were no wind, you could just use the other one, because that one might be working. Right, so your turbines are stupid, mate. So honestly, so all it really is. And then once that battery is charged through the alternator and your kinetic process of your energy and that lot, right. And the same as why, the reason why I know it's an alternator is because my dad was whinging his car kept going flat, and I told him it's your alternator. So we went to get his alternator checked at his mate's shop, and his mate checked it and everything, and they come back in the car and just went, "You're a dickhead." I just laughed and went, "Ha ha ha! I told you. What did I say? Fuck off." Right? Because I was right. So he legit just told me to fuck off. Which, you know, didn't bother me, you know. It's kind of how it was back then. It's how we interacted with our parents, really. It was normal. I really only got like 3 stones here. Any more? Is that mine? Can I take that one? No. Can I rotate you? Right. The problem is this shit's annoying. Can't because I'm not doing it again. That will do. I look like I got time to piss around with it. It's a balancing thing, mate. Trust me. I spent many years of my life trying to balance a chair on one leg. I managed to do it for 30 seconds. It fell. I really managed to do it any longer than that, though. I did want to cheat and flatten a bit of the surface, but it kind of ruins it, not really balancing. Right. I mean, I got no problem with a religion at all, to be honest, I'm not going to lie. The only problem I've got with religion is the fact as long as a female shows of age, you can have intercourse and you can marry. Of age of maturity, is what it says. No, not at all. Not even with parents' consent. And for a start, why is your sick, perverted little mind thinking of that? Like, I'm frustrated. Yeah. Like why? How is that? And how is it even integrated as part of the religion? Like, because I don't understand. I mean, I don't want to understand. Honestly, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Like, they could come on. Someone, one of the religion could come on and try and defend that. And as far as I'm concerned, mate, in the Christian, right, religion, God says no harm upon the innocent, and even the devil agrees no harm upon the innocent. Why is it the human race that seems to think different? Right, and why is it with all these wars and shit, we're blaming the devil or God for humans' actions? Yeah? Humans are causing war against each other. I mean, in all fairness, I think we're fighting for corrupt people, which is probably more of the issue. Right. Yeah, that's right, mate. I ain't gonna lie. I think most people in power or in power of position, I think they're all, well, position of power or blah, blah, blah. I think it's all just one big happy family, mate, to be honest. And they're just having a game of chess apart from where they're fucking bored. That's my honest opinion.
The gods here are vigilant.
Problem is when I try explaining to people, mate, they don't listen. And the thing is, if there was another war, an actual world war, how many women are signing up for that? And if you get drafted, how are you going to cope with that? I know as a male that I can be drafted in whenever. I've got no choice about that. Right. I mean, I wanted to go in the army anyway, so it really wouldn't bother me anyway. I'd get to actually do something I wanted to do. Because I'm not going to lie, I wasn't very good at reading. I didn't get much help at school, and the army was literally the only place that I could see where I could better myself.
Let's hit the bastards!
I went to college, I did all that, and
Give me a
yeah,
hand!
shit. So in the end, I just wanted to go to the army because I saw the army as a potential to do something, but I never got there. And my life took a different turn and
Help me out here!
required me to prioritize certain areas, and well, I just got left here eventually.
Hey,
Army,
come here a
if
moment.
I wanted to, I would need to be drafted. Right, pretty much.
Give me a hand over here!
And what's happening with the trans, and why are you not fucking helping, you retards? How you stuck yourself over there? Do not. Right. Because how's all this gonna work?
We're done! Let's get back to the ship!
We got so much complications nowadays that it really doesn't even make much sense, and nor has an actual reason to be there in the first place. Number one, people are bothered about trans and stuff like that. We're not actually bothered about trans people. Right? sorry to say, we don't care about you, right? I'm sorry, right? But it's the truth. We don't. As a normal person that is straight, we don't care, right? We accept you, but one thing that we can't accept is trying to explain your bullshit to kids, right? What you need to be saying is, you're a man that transitioned to a woman, or you are a man that prefers to dress in women's clothing. And use the example that there are women that like to dress in men's clothing and point their chavvy mum out. Right, because 9 times out of 10, that's your situation. Right, and from as I've noticed with most, and it's not just chavvy mums either, but they're the ones usually in like tracksuits and stuff like that, where I was only used to seeing men when I was growing up into those clothes, and women was usually respectful. My mum was more of a tomboy and wore male clothes. And nah, she kinda, I ain't gonna lie, she just dresses like a lady now. Like, she accepts that she's old, she dressed respectful. And I'm kinda glad, to be honest. Right, last thing I'd want to do, mate, is walk and see my mum dressed like a fucking slapper walking down the street. Right. Don't get me wrong, when she's going out and enjoy herself, you know, like, fucking do whatever makes you happy, but, like, I'm glad my mum's not my Auntie Sue. That's what I'll say on that situation. Right. Oh, my Auntie Karen here. Although my Auntie Karen actually dressed I can't really say much about it. Oh, she did when we were on holiday. What she did when her and my mum went out. Right. Oh, that was funny.
Very angry pig.
And there's goth chicks that are just as bad. I mean, personally, I think nowadays, mate, with mums, I think they're just afraid that the dad's going to do a better job than them, so they make it difficult for the dad. So, here's my opinion. Because how's the dad going to be able to prove that he's better when he couldn't even develop a bond in the first place? And the thing is, because I ain't gonna lie, mate, when she left, I was like, well, can I have him at weekend and I'll go and find a job? And obviously, you know, when you go on holiday with him, I'll just do overtime or something. It was the original plan. I had to drag through that bullshit. Fucking cock, she fucking left here, mate, wondering what the fuck happened with him. I think that's probably what hurt, actually. I didn't care that she was gone. And I bet that hurt her, mate. And that's why she fucking did what she did, mate. Just to fucking prove some stupid ass point that she thought she was special. She is special, but probably not in the way that she thinks. Well, she picks on me anyway, it's neutral, man. Obviously, if my son was present, I wouldn't be like this. Although he does have the option to watch this. Yeah. Right, I'm not planning to tell him. One of them, if he comes across it, he comes across it. High chance of him knowing that I'm his dad, mate. Tell you that now. I've seen him. Last photo I got, mate, he was in fucking primary school. He was on his way to secondary. The thing
I
is
should be cautious around here.
you've only been there 2 years. The only thing I actually asked for Jess, mate, eventually, is there any chance you can send me a photo each year on his birthday, as I don't get to see him, of his face in black and white, so I can get it tattooed if you don't mind. Or, the tattoo feature setting that you've got on your camera. I mean, she promised. She didn't follow through with it, though. But, I mean, she promised. I'm in fault with her, I suppose. Yeah, yay. So now it's a point where, no one ever really came to save me. So I'm kind of done. Like, if any time or efforts, like, and basically all you want to do is try and bring me down when, like, I'm the one actually giving you advice towards your life, because, unfortunately, been there, done that, worn the t-shirt, mate, and I don't even know why you're trying to argue. Sort of shit. Like, because the thing is you're trying to argue with me, I couldn't give a fuck about you. But I'm not trying to argue, I can tell you that now. Nor am I even trying to prove a point. I'm actually just trying to get upon my way and move on with my life the best I know how. Which seems to be this now. This bullshit.
Lumbering to your fate.
That is annoying. Boring again.
Remain steadfast.
Just repent. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, man. I just kind of hold on to like the last thing I've got, which was pretty much pain.
Stop and die. Damned coward.
Well, for me personally, I don't know what to do anymore. I don't care. Humanity can do what it wants for all I care, mate. I'm just waiting for it to blow itself off the edge of the fucking galaxy or some shit, mate. That's probably where the intelligent life kept us. And what should we do with this human race? See that abandoned thing over there? What, we only one planet that can ever have any life form on, unless they become intelligent enough. They don't even know how to work together. Like, as Nathaniel, and they was absolutely stupid and docile. They was very good at teamwork and getting shit done. Now that we gave them intelligence, they're just killing each other. Like, you've got translators now. There's no reason. It's not like walking in a country, mate. And the main reason why we had those weapons was due to the fact is, I didn't know there was lynxes in Britain until I played this game. And even to the point where I was still unsure, that I asked Alexa in the end and she confirmed it. I was like, no way, that's bullshit. Telling me I never learnt this at school. I learnt all the thing about World War II and everything and what Hitler did, and part out like my royal family bloodlines, Germany anyway, like. You're telling me that's not conflict of interest? Like, how does that make sense? If my royal bloodline is German, and we went up against Germany, isn't that a conflict of interest? It doesn't, I can't communicate. That's like, me and my brother, yeah, going against each other instead of the enemy. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. That confuses me. Because I know what I know, but I also know that as well. And that shit don't make sense to me. Well, I'm kind of glad that Britain did, but then in another manner, I'm kind of like, but if he did win, it'd just be one ruler. There'd be no BS. You know what I mean? There'd probably be no people like me alive. You know. Actually, I got blonde hair, blue eyes. I might be fine actually. How many times do you need to like say my name? Right. I'd be his little sex puppet. Definitely getting a chastity belt when I walk around him. Well, you like blonde hair, blue eyes, there's got to be a reason. It must be his sexual preference. How do I know? But yeah. So that shit's kind of crazy to me, man. I mean, personally, for me, if you want my honest opinion about World War II, it was a good way to depopulate the Earth. If you want my honest opinion. Because at the minute, we don't seem to stand upon any of the values that men once died for. And, that's horrible. Right. Mainly because, well, they died for it. So, we could at least show them a little bit of respect and honour that. You know what I mean? And respect the values that they died for. Right. I don't really think that's too much to ask. Instead of having a stupid ass motherfucking government that constantly like manipulates and changes things for his own values and tactics. Right. I mean, per se, there's no need for it. Right, he wants a luxury house. Well, earn it. Right, it's intelligence we need. We don't need celebrities running a world. Like, no offense, I don't think a celebrity has any ability to run anything without the gift of actual intelligence, because there is very intelligent celebrities out there, and yes, they would do a fantastic job at probably running a country. But you see, the problem is we're not really electing the intelligent people, are we? We're actually electing people that are just stupid, really. I mean, Donald Trump, I like Donald Trump, to be honest. If you want my honest opinion about Donald Trump, he's the hole in the leg. That's what Donald Trump is. And he's probably more likely going to burst the seam on everything. And the problem is until Donald Trump breaks that hole, well, breaks his leg, we're never going to realise the hole. And, yeah, I think he's doing a good job at just really revealing everything. I mean, how he's not being shot by the actual elites by now is kind of amazing. I think we've got enough, I don't want to say it wrong out of respect, because I don't disrespect, but, the guy that got shot, the president, can't remember his name. For some reason, I think George Kennedy. I don't know if I'm right. Like, unfortunately, I fill my brain with so much information that I really don't remember everything. Right. I kind of remember bits and bobs. And it helps. But, you know, I suppose with the bits and bobs we can create some arts and crafts. Oh, this But yeah. Right. Do we just need intelligence? Or at least the ability to think. Right. For me personally, mate, unless my bread's buttered, right? I mean, unless everyone else's bread is buttered, mine is not being buttered. But I would only be able to do that with the 8 power. You know what I mean? Without power, so I'm not going to do anything. Jesus Christ. Keep praying a lot. You know, can give ability for a name to do anything, do you? The worst part is most people there like sit and worship a man that hangs on a cross. I wouldn't be worshipping anything to do with a crucifixion. I get the representation of why you do this, though, because, you know, he died for our sins that we commit today, so I kind of think it's just an extra... Yeah, I mean, like, you motherfuckers, like, you people that actually walk around with the cross, like, anyway, it's kind of like adding, you know, salt to an injury, to be honest. Not my honest opinion on that one, like, especially if you are still committing sins, because you're just a fucking fraud. Me, personally, I commit sins, but I've always got admission and confession, so I'm fine. You know what I mean? See, look, shitty door, that's the main thing that gets through my door. A load of fucking shit that pretty much, when I pick it up, goes straight in the blue bin after that. It's a fucking waste of time. And it's a waste of the postman's time as well. Like, the only thing that I'm going to use out there is the farm food vouchers. That's it. That's all I'm going to use. Alright, because I can go farm food, spend £30, and get £2 off. Right? I mean, no, I know it's only £2, but £2's actually quite a bit when you think about it. I mean, I usually just get a couple of treats from my dog, to be honest, with that £2, but he enjoys them. And that £2, at one point, actually was the only reason why, well, it was £2.50, but that was the only reason I could get him treats. Because of the offer. And if the offer wasn't there, I wouldn't have been able to afford it.
This place is heavily guarded.
And I pretty much just lived off chips and sausages. That's all I could afford. And a mayo sauce and... Oh, I ain't gonna lie, my mum actually used to take me shopping at the time. So... Obviously she don't know because Barry's not here. But the main reason she used to take me shopping is, well, her and Barry were coming up this way. Every now and then again, they'd take me out for a meal. The problem is, well, I became sour. Angry, annoyed, frustrated. Pushed every motherfucker away. I ain't gonna lie. At the time, I just thought it was the best. Still do that. Mainly for some repetitive loot. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I kinda wish I could shut it up. I think they're probably gonna shut me up with the rest of this bullshit. It's a little bit intrusive, not gonna lie. about your mother? Shush. Sober. That's to raid these.
Rich picking. Better bring the crew.
I mean, with the smoke and everything, I didn't really think they would actually
We
be coming there.
raid!
Plunder here!
All right! We have what we came for!
People
Let's
do need
go!
to be more expressive. Because pent-up rage ain't good for anybody. I really never like it. You wonder why your relationship's
great.
probably not going well? I'll tell you why. Because you don't have to be open. You don't have to be expressive. You don't have to talk to each other. Majority of the time you're probably just faking your laughs now with each other. And you think it's actually a relationship. It's not a relationship. That's called hanging on, mate. That's what that is. A relationship is where you're having a peace all the time with one another. That you know, as long as you stay faithful, no matter what you do, they will always be there. And did you see that right there? You see what I just said? Right. As long as you are faithful, they will always have your back. Yeah? Right? And it's the faithful thing that is the most sacred thing within the relationship. Yeah? And honestly, betraying the trust is where that gets removed. And if you want to keep that trust, well, you have to keep the relationship smooth. Me personally, mate, if it ain't my girl, I probably wasn't bothered touching it in the first place, I'm not gonna lie. Like, even if I knew they were single, I am probably far from fucking interested. Right? And yes, don't get me wrong, I probably have a sexual desire towards a woman, but it doesn't mean that I'm gonna pursue that anymore. I have done, you know, when I've only ever got myself into bad situations with my penis, mate, I don't think I'm gonna continue listening to it anymore. Right? So actually, to the point where a girl may catch my eye, and I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of an instant red flag now. Because they're all psycho bitches. Well, my ex was. The previous ex one, she was actually lovely. She was just too childish and I couldn't deal with the immaturity. And by childish, I mean behaviour. And then when faced with accountability, she didn't want to accept it, and apparently I was bullying her. And it used to piss me off because, number one, I know what bullying is because I used to look out for people bullying people to defend them. You know what I mean? If they were disabled and you were picking on them in front of me, you probably just got my attention.
Here.
But, you know, if it's a fully able person, I probably don't give a shit. You know what I mean? That's not my business. That's between you and him. I'm really just there for the one that can't stick up for themselves. If you're picking on me, I mean, I don't really give a shit. I pick on myself 24/7. You're just saving me a job. Let's see if you're any better than what I am. I hope you learn to appreciate your words.
I'll snap your spine!
Right, this. When we were growing up, roasting people wasn't actually like a talk show or wrote like that. It was actually a way of living. It was a way of communicating with your best mates.
I smell silver here!
Come here!
Now, it's not meaning that we picked on each other 24/7.
Right! Let's get back to
But
the
every
ship!
now and again, we would. We'd pick on each other, but it was never meant in bad taste. It was called if you got offended, stop being a bitch. Really? I mean, What else? What else do you want? Yeah, I mean, but there was a difference from picking on and bullying, and yes, we knew the difference from picking on and bullying. Right, picking on was pants 9 times out of 10 between you and your friends. Right, bullying is when the person is left on his own being bullied by everybody. Right? If they wasn't joining in with the pants, you are more likely bullying them. Right? Which why like whitey boys suck, man. We kept trying to get him to man up, so in hindsight we just kept picking on him. Well, we kept bullying him technically. Never in bad faith, mate. He just needed to stand up for us anyway. We wanted him to be one of the lads. That's all we wanted. We didn't have to like smack one of us, push one of us, you know, beat one of us. No, we just have to go, mate, well, you smell like mouldy cheese. Do you know what? It needs work, but it's a start. Right, and we were trying to move on from that situation. Right? Because, fucking hell, mate, I used to wake up, mate, to my dad bang on and think, go on, you fucking tosspot, get up. Right, fuck off, you wanker. What I want. I'll get up when I fucking say. The problem is on the way to downstairs, well, as you were walking downstairs, my bedroom was legitimately right there.
Lots of hungry fish.
So as you were walking down the stairs, you would bang on the fucking wall, man. Could have teabagged the shit out of him every time I climbed through his window and pinched a cigarette off his missus. Should have. I'd have got away with it and all. You don't realise, mate. My dad were on sleeping meds that should have put horses to sleep for surgery. Right. However he is now. I imagine he's on more meds actually, because he seems to have got worse off on his health. But unfortunately, it's my dad. I can't be arsed with the bullshit. And not with his health, just him in general. He's manipulative. And I can't be arsed with that in my life. Right. Because I'm wading through the bullshit and he wants to feed bullshit. You know what I mean? So, fuck that. I mean, the answer actually at my house opinion, my parents. And the main thing that I would have done different from my parents would have been listen. That's what I would have done different. I would have listened. Because my parents didn't. So when it came to everything went fucked up in my life and I needed help, I'm sorry, you didn't listen when I was a kid, so what the fuck do you want from me? You know what I mean? Fuck off. I do what I always do. I'm gonna get fucking smoke. I'll smoke it all, and then when it's gone, I'll cry like a little bitch, alright? Do me a favour, you do whatever you need to, and I'll just do whatever You know what I mean? Like, and you see, this is your problem. Like, if you don't listen. That's what you get end up. A big fuck you, and I'll just do it all on my own. Oh, I was meant to look for fucking area codes, wasn't I? Get these, I'm supposed to write these down. Do you know what, we'll just fucking YouTube it. Someone's already done it at some point. I'm not going back around collecting that bullshit. You can suck a. See, I can't fast travel there yet. There is missions around that I would like to go and do, because it feels like it's probably part of these. So... motherfucker. Have we got this? We have got that. I mean, that's like we can go hand that in. And then we need these. Does this even tell me what I actually need? No, 6. I don't even know if I picked any of them up. And then there's this one and all. I don't know where to find these, that's the issue. I mean, you usually find them around. Problem is, I don't have a fucking clue what that says. I'm just generally going to play like spot the distance. That's all I'm going to do. Have a look around its area and see if there's out along that. Because my idea is just to clear these motherfuckers up. I don't even seem to be able to shoot it. I don't know if it's a fish. I can't read it, and I can't be asked to read it to Alexa. No idea what it says. So I'm just going to wait until I can find the picture so I can... Sounds being dyslexic though. Is generally how I used to get around in school. Or worse. I used to irritate one of my mates. I can remember once poor Ginny mate touched her mate, so Reeves mate ended up actually touching her boob and that. It's like, you're a titty feeler, I ain't got no tits. She did it in secondary school though. And trust me, I was a young teenage boy, she was in the same year. I was gonna notice. Mine was acceptable. Obviously now it's not acceptable. Right. Especially with the age gap. Right, is this what I need? Yes. And that's the thing. Mate, I think an older woman, if the male's mature, is perfectly fine. And for one big reason. Right. 9 times out of 10, it's the female that gets left to deal with the child, not the male. For every reason, to be honest. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, every reason seems to be. And it seems to be who's in favour, and it's the woman. The man's never favoured. Right, and anybody that actually wins as a man in any sort of situation with that, you know, fucking good on you, man. So that's all I'm gonna say. Good on you, mate. Fucking legend. Because it's hard. I mean, for a woman to win a court, mate, 9 times out of 10, she's just got to appear. The judge is already in her favour anyway. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, because yeah, she just carried the child for 9 months and everything, but, you know, if that woman couldn't have worked, the man would have provided. And that's their own benefits, and then, you know, the people would have provided. Which is where I think like people in that area should really just try and contribute anything they can, really, as long as it's productive for society. You know, a bag of rubbish, help your neighbour, elderly neighbour out, you know, sort crap like that. I don't know. Figure it out. Yeah, fucking hell. If if the materials were free, I'd probably be trying to build a skate park around the area. And the reason why I say try is because I've been out doing stuff for such a long period of time that I'm a little bit unsure on how to actually do stuff. So it's basically relearning everything again. To the point of relearning everything again. I mean, even the power tools themselves. I'm trying to say power and tools at the same time, and it's just too many. But I would have to learn to reuse it all. Now, obviously, it's not going to take me fucking long. I mean, it didn't take me long as a child when I first figured out how to use it. Alright.
The water is boiling with them.
And there's one thing that does my head in this society. Why are you all bothered about calories? The only thing I'm bothered about is when my next meal's coming. That's all I'm bothered about. Alright. I don't get the calorie bullshit. Right, I gotta watch my figure. Why? Where's it going? I mean, honestly, men don't really care about your figure. We don't care really about your looks. We don't care about your makeup. We don't care about your hair. We don't care about your clothing. And there's multiple reasons why. And there's one logical one that I can tell you, ladies, why we don't care. Because you tell us all the time. It's like you don't care what I wear. Right? And that kind of comes down to your wording, really. So, I mean, you only got yourselves to actually blame for that one. And the thing is, it's not that we don't care. It's just we don't notice. Majority of the time, it's personality that a man actually falls in love with. Right? Personality. Like, damn, I can imagine me and this girl laughing all the way up until we're 60, and we forget who we are. Right? Because you got the same personality. That's what a man's after. I mean, honestly, we're really, really simple creatures. It's just you women like to overcomplicate shit and think that you need a science degree to understand something that pretty much knows how to take a pen. Or is trying to give a pen. Right. It doesn't make sense to me. I knew a dumbass thing because I'm not ending this until I do now. And then I get something to eat at the start. And if I don't get something to eat, I'm going to eat everything that I brought that I'm supposed to snack on, like for when I get peckish. And then I have none of that left, and then I'm left back to cooking just food again. And I mean, to be honest, 9 times out of 10, sometimes my snack is just a tin of tuna. I actually enjoy it, so don't worry about that. But it's not convenient, that's the issue. It's awkward. It takes effort. Compared to just getting a pack of crisps, to opening a tin of tuna, draining the tin of tuna. Usually putting mayo with the tuna. It's just extra flavour. A bit of salt and vinegar. And then just chilling out with that. Sometimes I also put sweet corn with it. Right, just to eat it. Because 9 times out of 10, my bread's gone out of date. And I keep forgetting to buy extra.
Look at all those delicious fish.
Because I always struggle to actually buy stuff and remember to get stuff. So like I'll walk in Tesco for something specific and come out with something I didn't even know. Reason why? Because I have the stores like set out, and 9 times out of 10 I ain't gonna lie, people are there, so like, I get distracted very quickly. More to like, I don't even want to be here anymore, I don't care about the item that I came for. What did I even come for? And then there we go. What are you doing, fish? I mean, why are you just trying to beat yourself? You're in the right one, but I'll take it. Brown trout. And you see, you know what happens when I get on his boat? Oh, nothing, he just stays on. I put his call off. Zoom currently not available. I'm fishing with you, bro. Any good catch out here, man? Sniffing out here, bro. Oh, oh, one that. I don't think it's a big one, though. I don't think it's regular size, but it looks like. I mean, to be honest, it looks small now. It's probably like a woman when she's looking at, like, you know, the first photo that the man sent. Yep, it's definitely small. Oh, no, it's regular. Shit the best.
I need your boat. Sorry.
I mean, I'm not sorry, but... I don't know what you are, but I'm taking you. Fucking fat cunt guy. Mate, this one's got a bit bigger than it. Definitely feel like I've got that whole fucking vibe going off at the minute. I can't catch 2 fish, I could be on the back tits instead. Oh, it's a big one. I think we got 2 now, I'm not quite sure. We can look on the map though. You come and fish with you or Larry or not. Okay, we got 3. Although for them cows, I kind of thought we would have got the artifacts from just going around, to be honest. So. One more. That's the one I need. Oh, for fuck's sake. There we go.
The water is boiling with them.
I think it's this one I need. I'm not sure, but one way to find out. Nah, it's not this one. I'm still taking it. Why? Is that again? And if it's removed, I'm not going to come across it again. Come on, fishy. Problem is, there's only one more of the actual fish we need. Right. You ain't gonna waste my time. Yeah. Hopefully it's a big one. Once again, I feel like I'm on about cock sizes for some reason. There's my vibration. There we go. And that is the last one, I think. Yeah. Yeah. Deal with a sacrifice. No, I don't know why, but I am tired as fuck. I feel so more fucking drained. Also, all I've done is go to Tesco. Spoke to Andy though, bless him. One of my mates. Picking his boots for a walk. Oh, I push you too old there, kids. You know about the lymphoid everywhere. So, I'd rather you just be in. The problem is, it gets around ice pretty well. Right? So, I forgot to get honey. I wanted honey to stick it to paper because I've got fucking flies in my ass and in my head. Which is weird because I've never really had. I've had flies in my ass before, like I have now. The only thing that's changed, I've got carpet now. That's it. I had flies like before, man. It was like they've been at the beginning of summer, mate. It's constant flies all the time. I don't want to be outside. Why can't I leave the shit out there and all? You know what I mean? Otherwise I'd bring it in. I'm like, wow, welcome in, flies. Make yourself at home. There's a meal over there. Men over there. Shit everywhere. Annoying. I might not clean my plates, but I always rinse my plates as well. Unless I've left it. If I've left it, then it's fucked it, mate. That's it, graveyard. My brain's forgot about it, it's moved on. It's already found the next adventure. It's kind of how I work, to be honest. I don't question it, I don't care, I just accept it, and I just move on. That's legit what I do. For multiple reasons. It's easy. It was like relationships, mate. I won't let shit die down, mate, and nor would I worry about someone that's not worried about it.
Take care. This fog.
Simple as that. But you also have to like understand the person as well. So if you don't know the person, it's not too bad. Right, because you are going to have to judge so you can build the character. It's natural. And people are nosy. Like for me, I don't give a fuck what anyone does, mate. I mean, I don't really care if you're a police officer either, to be honest. Right, although thanks for telling me, and I'll be careful on what I say. And I don't know anybody that you asked their name. So. Chris, no offence, depending on what the guy's done, is depending on when I give a shit. Right, and I'm going to snitch on two things. Right, harming on innocents, so children, dogs, depending like on what reasons for, mate. If you're just disciplining your dog, there's a difference. Right. And unfortunately, with a dog, you can't always be soft and kind with a dog. I'm not gonna lie, I don't care what any fucking trainer says. And if you say different, you are stupid, right? Because depending on whether you're male or female with a dog and not a bitch, right? There's gonna be a point where they're gonna try and biggie bollocks you. Right, and when it comes to the point of that biggie bollocks, you are going to have to stand your ground and discipline them. And you cannot show fear when they do that. Because if you show fear to that dog, as soon as it's done that, that's game over, mate. Like, it's genuinely game over. But I don't advise it in your dog, mate. But honestly, yeah, if your dog goes for you, mate, I'd probably go back for it. Like, it's an eye for an eye, mate. As a human, you should know when enough's enough. As an animal, they really don't have that concept. Right. Once a dog bites into you, mate, if it wants to keep going, trust me, unless you're stopping it or someone else, it's gonna keep going. You screaming and begging, mate, for it to stop is not going to help the situation. I tell you that now. It's not. All it's going to do is actually excite the dog and encourage it to do what it wants to do. A lot more. I mean, if a dog had over my hands, I know exactly what I'm doing, mate. I'm just going to poke it straight in its fucking eyeballs, mate. Or I'm going to suffocate it. It will let go, one way or another. Right? And the reason why I'm going to suffocate it is because on its last couple of breaths, it's going to loosen its grip. And that's where I loosen my grip. Because if I don't, the dog's more likely going to die. But it should just pass out first, so. Not saying it's open for the dog, but you're going to have to do what you got to do in that situation. You can't stand around and watch this shit, mate. But personally, your best option if a dog's got older is pretty much suffocation. Right? Get something and wrap it round its throat, cover up its nose, try and block its airways and prevent it from breathing. Because naturally, it will relax its jaw once it starts running out of breath. And yeah, I used to train dogs, so yeah, I mean, I actually know that. Yeah, I'm not going to go around saying stuff without knowledge. It's kind of weird if you are, mate, you know what I mean? The thing is, yeah, I did train dogs back in the day. Now, my dog that I've got, I didn't train him for where I trained my other dogs. I trained him to be a dog. So, he had freedom to be a pup, to be this, to be that, to do as it pleased, you know what I mean? Which led to his mischievousness, his ADHD. Where the previous dogs I had was to be in line.
Pay for your sins!
Right,
Right here, Paulie with us! You...
So, I have command over my dog. But nowhere near as good as my Rottweiler was. And the reason why he was to be in line is because of the reputation that the dogs had. I wasn't chancing any area of my dog being put down. So I kept him in line. I have a chocolate Labrador. Come on, who's scared of a chocolate Labrador? Oh no, don't lick me to death. Please don't keep bringing me the ball. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, he's the most ADHD dog I've had. And the RSPCA, when I communicated to him, because they were up at Tesco, he asked me what dog I had. I told him I had a chocolate Labrador. He says, oh, they're one of the dogs that we don't really like using for guide dogs because they're just wild. I says, yeah, to be honest, I think he's just got ADHD, personally. And he laughed at me to agree.
This area is off limits.
Now he's a lazy ADHD. He's depressed all the time. He's always stuck in pause mode. Aren't you? Right. Pause mode. So fuck you, man. I'm an old man. The problem is he still wants to go for walks and everything because we always did. I still want to really take him out for walks. I'm going to sort that out tomorrow, bro. Like, honestly, I'm not going to lie. I got the arse today.
Wait a minute! God damn you! Yeah! Can't hold out much longer!
I mean, this gathering is what it is. And to the point where, with my mate, with my Rottweiler, a lot of my mates was scared of him due to the fact of his breed. I had that much trust in my Rottweiler that I could open his mouth. That's how much control I had of him. I could open his mouth, keep his mouth open with obviously command, just my finger, and be able to put my throat into his mouth and stay there, and he wouldn't move. That's how much control I had over my dog. So, you know, actually learn to train. And don't just look out when, honestly, you really have no qualifications in whatsoever, other than being a jackass and trying to mock someone. But once again, a Rottweiler was never an attack dog or anything like that. He was just to be in line because of his reputation of his breed. That was it. If he was in line, there was no reason for anything to go off. But if he ever stepped out of line, there was a lot of implications that could have been took. So, honestly, he was a really good boy. Really was. No complaints. But he also got trained off my first dog, the boxer. It's pretty much trained Fluff, and Fluff kind of trained Kato, and so on and so on. And what I mean by train, I mean, like, basically, we did Simon Says, and Simon Says allowed us to advance in training the other dog a lot more easier, because we could pass the information along. I mean, if you can't look after one dog and train one dog, I definitely won't get two dogs. Because one, you've only got one dog rule in the house, so as soon as you get another dog, they already believe that the dog rules the house, so the only competition they've got is the dog that's already in the alpha. And as soon as they gain that reputation, and trust me, they will do anything within their power to actually do this, because it's an alpha thing with dogs. You know what I mean? Like, if I was to back down and show fear towards my lab when he went for me, it would be a different situation where my dog rules me. My dog does not rule me. We live equal. Obviously, I always get the better food, but I'm honestly not eating dog food, mate. And I haven't really got the money to give him my food. Otherwise, I would quite happily do that. Like, when I cook a dinner, there's usually enough for two, so I will make him a dinner as well. Like, because there's enough for two of us. Like, why not? That's what we're really going to do with the second one. I'll say I'll have it tomorrow. I can't be asked to make gravy and leave it in the microwave and then forget about it until I go and microwave a Rustler burger or some shit like that. So, because of that, and because of constantly doing that, I don't do that anymore. Because, you know, when you open your microwave, you're like, oh, I gotta clean that because, you know, I forgot that I put that in there. It's been in there for, I don't know, last used the microwave. Right. Not a good idea, mate. So now I just avoid from stuff where, you know, complications usually arise. Because the idea was, oh, I'll cook myself 2 dinners, you know, and then I've got 1 dinner for that day, and then a dinner for the next day, therefore I don't have to cook, and I can get the cleaning done on that day, because I can just microwave and obviously clean up what's left. Yeah, it don't work out like that, mate, at all, mate. It's called your brain goes, oh, look at that, I want that instead, and then you forget about that, and you can't have it the next day, because, well, we're only really good for the next day anyways. You see, everything just ends up being led into an awful-ass motherfucking complication, where you find yourself actually giving yourself tasks, and then rechanging them tasks because that task became a complication and a problem. So now you got to reanalyze that to get around that situation. And yeah, that's basically it, really. That's a lot of what life is. A lot of reanalyzation and wondering where the next direction is. See, most people are just happy in limbo and just doing the same over and over again. That motherfucking thing I do anyway, and it drives me crazy. Any other forms of that sort of fucking craziness, then I'm more likely probably going to lose my mug in marbles. Right, because it's just stupid. It really is. Right. think we need to focus on jobs we actually need as a society. I think we have a lot of jobs out there just so people have got stuff to do. Not my honest opinion. Right. And that's what people don't understand. Like, a lot of things out there is just to give people things to do. Right. We need an education system. No one's going to argue with that. But yes, we definitely do need our education system. Now more than ever. I mean, look at our kids. Come on. I thought my generation was bad at growing up. But Jesus Christ, mate. The new generation is a whole different breed. Like, just never, ever seen before. Right? And the younger generation from that, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I kind of like them. They remind me of myself, really. They actually do kind of remind me of a millennial. But, you know, instead of being born in both areas, they are just both areas. Like, you know what I mean? They can pick up a tablet and get bored and actually go and interact with some dolls and be fine. They can go outside and play and not be bothered about holding their phone because they've probably just got music on and they're enjoying their activity that they're doing. Right? That's millennial. That is what millennials did. We would have music on and we would communicate with all our friends while there's probably about 9 different songs playing. We'd all be participating within an activity. Right, and within an activity, that could be something productive or destructive. It really didn't matter. We was participating in something. All right, fuck off. We were kids. Give us credit. Right? But the new generation that I've noticed, I mean, one, the feral little bastards, right? It seemed to be money orientated, but not in the good fashion. See, they want to earn money with a bad reputation instead of with a good reputation, but don't realise when they get older that that bad reputation is going to stick with them. So when they actually try to become clean and that lot, and, you know, they try and make a living in any way they can, well, now they're going to struggle, right? Because if you're done from theft, do you think any employer wants a thief working for it? No offence. Right? Do you genuinely think that any employee wants a thief working for it? Because personally, I wouldn't. So in hindsight, if you don't want that reputation, then don't do it. And trust me, they're probably not really going to be bothered if you're robbing. Like, they are going to look at what you're robbing. Like, if you got arrested for robbing a block of cheese, right, they're probably not going to be worried about that. Right, because you're robbing actually a food item, and you were probably sure they've probably been in the exact same position but didn't get caught robbing that block of cheese. You know what I mean? They're going to relate to that. But now if you get caught from robbing someone's house, now they're going to have a complete different outlook towards that situation. Right? To a fucking convenience store. You know, same as like OnlyFans people. They're generally suffering the repercussion of their actions, right? You wanted to get online and post your fanny for some easy money, right? And you got your easy money, and you got your little shot to fame, right? I don't get that either. Like, when I grow up, I want to be famous. You know, when I grow up, I want to be dead. I don't want to go any further. I'm done. Stop it. Why is there more of this? Why does it keep going? You know. But there's different mindsets within the life. Mine, I'm more negative. I'm not gonna lie. I always look on the negative side of life. I live in a repetitive loop. It's fantastic. I love it. We have a dance, and sometimes I jump through it. Ugh. Sometimes I feel like I'm doing the hula hoop. You know. We just need to accept people for the differences. I do. I really give a fuck. Right? I mean, I don't like people that get their lips done because I think it's more fucking stupid. I'm not gonna lie, but you having your lips done, other than, you know, the alteration. So, like, if I'm used to you having natural lips and then you come with J-Lo lips, right, I'm gonna notice that shit ASAP, mate. Right. But it don't mean I'm attracted to it. I can tell you, it's far from attractive within the first place because I don't really like makeup on a woman, to be honest. I don't mind it. It makes her happy. It makes her confident. But for me personally, I don't give a shit. Right? She don't put that makeup on for me because honestly, my ex wanted a stunner, but I'd have still fucked her with when we out it, mate. I'll tell you that now. It didn't matter. Right? Because I didn't care. And this is what women need to understand. Right? Everything you actually claim you do for a man is not for us, mate. We don't care. Right? And the easiest way to know if a man actually cares about your appearance, right, is if he wants to fuck you in the morning, mate. Right? If he's sexually attracted to you in the morning, right, then he actually cares about you and he doesn't need any of them items. But now if he's only showing you that sort of attention when you only have those specific items, you know what I mean? It's just you being stupid. You know what I mean? It's like fucking someone that's only attracted towards transsexuals but gets with someone that only is part-time. I would imagine that the bloke is only going to be attracted towards the person when he's dressed as a female and not as a male, because there is preference. Hey, I listen to everyone's opinion and try and understand, mate. Per se, it doesn't mean I have to care about it. But I do listen. And you're annoying and whining about stuff that preferably really doesn't matter. Like, within my generation, we didn't care whether you was gay, straight, bi, or whatever. Right? We honestly didn't care, and yet we still don't care. Right? None of that made any difference to us. All we cared about is, like, if you knew, and if we knew. So, if you was gay, and you was hanging around a bunch of boys, we're going to ask you, and then once we find out that you don't fancy any of us, you're just interacting with us, and that we're fair dues, but, you know, like, we respect you, kind of respect us. And if a man rejects a woman, right, it doesn't automatically mean he's gay, right? It could just mean that, number one, he's not interested. Number two, you're not his preference. Number three, he could be broken and he's trying to heal. And number four, you are fucking ugly, right? And the reason why I say you're fucking ugly, right, is you are ugly. Your personality sucks ass. What have you really got to sell other than whatever's left of your soul? Like, there's nothing. Honestly, do you know if you don't look the prettiest, probably work on your personality and work on having a good personality, right? And if you are pretty, just have a good personality anyway, at least be nice. You know what I mean? Just be nice. I mean, I don't think I'm pretty or anything. I mean, I've been told, but that's like a long time ago. That was me. I don't look for any of that shit, nor am I interested. But that stuff doesn't bother me. Personally, I think I'm a skinny, scrawny cunt that needs to put some weight on. But no matter how much I try, I don't. Right? That's my personal opinion. As a cocky, opinionated little prick. That's my personal opinion towards myself. That lives a pathetic existence. That's constantly living an overthinking state, questioning shit that could only lead to more questions, and there's probably a reason why they call it a rabbit hole. Because once you open it, you just keep diving deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And no matter where you go for information, it's really all the same bullshit. It really is. And it's what humanity wants and what humanity wants to believe in. Like, no offense, it does my head in when people are like, oh yeah, well we can't do anything about it. I mean, no offense, mate. Who made the laws that we live upon? Who made the laws that we agreed upon? Who made all this? Was it an alien race or was it humanity? Yeah? Who made all this shit? Because if an alien race made it, then we're doing well and following orders. Right? But you know, if humanity made all that, then wouldn't we be the best people to change it? If we're not liking something. If we're watching people die on the street. If we're watching people turn to heavy drugs to cope with the pain and the abuse that they've dealt with in their life. That 9 times out of 10, it wasn't even the pain and the abuse that actually made them turn to drugs. It was the neglect that they suffered with that actually made them look for a friend. But the only thing that they found was substance. Yes? And alcohol. Right, for all you stupid parents out there, mate, I'm going to tell you all straight now, mate. Right? Cigarettes is not the gateway to drugs, big fucks. Right? It's alcohol. Because alcohol will lower one's standards. Okay? You become more susceptible to things that you normally wouldn't. Yeah? That's why things that normally wouldn't piss you off will wind you up when you've had a drink to an area where, I don't know, but you get the point, right? And that's why 9 times out of 10, you'll wake up feeling disgusted when you turn to your left or right. Right? But why is it when a woman gets rejected by a man, she's instantly allowed to be offended? And what? You really think you being offended, you asking me if I'm gay to make yourself feel better, is going to prove anything? Like, how? Do I give off signs I'm gay? I mean, I don't mind a laugh and a banter. I'm pretty like happy with my sexuality. When I say I'm open with my sexuality, I mean I'm straight, but I don't give a fuck about yours. That makes sense. Like, I don't want to hear about you sucking a dick, and I imagine you don't want to hear me fucking pounding up a chick. You know what I mean? Like, it's a 50-50 thing. Like, if you don't want to hear about my sex life, do me a favour and keep your sex life to yourself, mate. My opinion towards a sex life, mate, if I was really that desperate, I would order a prostitute for an hour. I would get her to clean my property for 55 minutes, and if she's lucky, she could even go home early. Mate, trust me, I probably ain't going to need more than 5 minutes, so she's fine. I don't have to pay for the next hour. Right? And that is a joke. Alright, trust me, I'm not that desperate. Although the cleaning bit sounds like a good investment, I'm not going to lie. Right, and I'm one of these, mate. If I'm going to pay for it, do you really think I'm going to be one of them sad-ass pricks, mate, that pays for a prostitute for me to do all the work? No. Not at all. That is crazy. Why am I paying for it? If I wanted to do all the work, I'd get in a relationship. Right? I already had a rerun of that. It was boring. Kids were fantastic, mate, though, I ain't gonna lie. It was fun. Jess was boring. Just sat there. What we doing today? Well, me and Matthew are going to the park, and you're going to sit there in your pyjamas saying that we don't do anything. That's what we're doing. I don't know what you're doing, but oh well. Right. Because it got to the point where I got sick and tired of the crap. Right? Why are you asking me what we're doing today when you're literally there in your pajamas? Yeah, well, if we're not doing it, there's no point getting dressed. But if you're not dressed, your body language shows me that you don't want to go out. The problem is, Sweet Pea, is if you wanted to be going somewhere or doing something, you would be dressed right now. You would be dressed, but you're not. So your body language shows me that you would rather remain at home. Right? Because I've learnt with you, sweetheart, that you say things, majority of the time, that you don't mean. And you also think things that you don't say, and think you did. You know? Right. To the point where I just gave up, mate. I just admitted it. Right. Are you going to do what I said? Excuse me. I asked you to do something. And that would be... And you just think I'm going to tell you? It'd be helpful, I'm not going to lie. Right. Because at the minute, I don't have a fucking clue what you're on about. See, look, you didn't listen, and now you just expect me to retell you. Why can't you listen the first time? I was thinking about the same towards you, to be honest. I mean, listen the first time, like, what? And just answer that. We could avoid this whole situation of you trying to make a point. You think that's acceptable? Because I don't know who you think you're talking to. Sweetheart, I don't even have to stand up to fucking reach your level. Like, what are you trying to prove here? I don't get it. You are the same size as me when I am sat down, Sweet Pea. And you all stood across there like you are the Incredible Hulk. Like, what is going on? And I should storm off and come back in. See, you still haven't done what I asked you because I didn't listen, Sweet Pea, and I don't know what the fuck you want me to do. Well, I'm not telling you. You keep fucking mentioning it. You know what I mean? Honestly, fucking... You've been in there sulking for 2 hours because you refused to tell me what you supposedly asked me to do. Right? And you think that's a punishment. You've been in there sulking for a whole 2 fucking hours. I've had 2 hours of absolute bliss here playing my game, minding my own motherfucking business. Right? And now you're back here disturbing my peace again. What the f*** he's doing? Other than taking your ass to Millbrook. I'm not talking
right,
to you.
Just a little break.
Not even going to complain. See, you don't care, but you're still talking to me. I do care, sweetheart. You said you was not talking to me, and yet you are still talking to me. How do you expect me to respect your wishes when you can't respect them yourself? And yeah. I mean, I did get my wish, though. I ain't gonna lie, mate. It was fucking beautiful. Silent for the whole fucking day, mate. Well, you know, other than I'm not talking to you still. I can't remember asking. I thought about getting this as a birthday or Christmas present, sweetheart. I ain't gonna lie. Fuck anything else that you can give me. Just, this is beautiful. You will do. Get used to it. I know. I'm trying. But keep joking. You're just trying to wind me up. I am trying to wind you up now because I am bored. And you know what? You've done enough to aggravate my funny side, so I'm just going to sit here and aggravate you now. Because I don't get how you can drag on the whole motherfucking day about not talking to me, and yet you're still talking to me. Like, once again, trying to make a point that doesn't carry any statement. Right? Leave me alone. Just chill out, woman. Why has everything always got to be a conflict? You see, this is why I will never want a relationship again. Because I have seen all the bullshit, I've heard all the bullshit, and I can't be arsed with the bullshit. I will honestly walk a girl quicker out my life as quick as she entered the fucker. You know what I mean? The thing is it wasn't me that was probably interested in the first place. I can tell you that now. Unless you actually caught my eye. If you caught my eye, I'll show interest, but if I don't like the personality, I'll lose it. The thing is I'm not looking for a girl, I'm looking for a partner. There's a difference. If I wanted a girl, I'd be back on the one night stand area, single and mingle. But I don't want that. I want to sell. I want to have security. I want stability. And I would like to build a family before I'm old, useless and crepid. Like an actual family and not a broken one. But the problem is the insecurities prevent all that. So, right. My new thing of staying single is every woman that I interact with, I just think it's got a dick. And then that way, I don't want to shag it. Like, I don't, it's like an instant turn off and all, mate. You know what I mean? Like, damn, she looks fine, but she could have a dick. Yep, man, now let's go. Not the dick, though. That could still be there. See? Enough trannies, man. And there's so many jokes that we can make. I don't even know your issues, mate. I don't love them in that way, but, you know, in the fact that now we have comedic purposes out of the situation, I think it's great. And I don't really give a crap. Right? What you want to do with your personal body is what you want to do with your personal body. What you want to do with a consenting adult is what you want to do with a consenting adult. Alright? Do as you please, mate. Right? If you want to dress up as female and shove the world's biggest thing up your backside, and then crack on, mate. But do me a favour and at least close the curtains and the door for me. Right? Because that is your free will, and if you manage to convince someone to participate with, then that's between both of your free will. Engage happily. But now when it comes to harming of innocence, well then I think we should have harming upon you. Because, you know, eye for an eye. And, yeah, fuck your bullshit, eye for an eye leaves the world blind. Well, I'll tell you what, mate, it's a good fucking warning label, isn't it? Right. Trust me, do you think people would be stealing if they knew their hands were going to be broken? Honestly, answer that properly. Right, think about that. Do you think people would be robbing shit if they knew the law was going to break their hands? Or would they fuck? They would fucking not be robbing at all, mate. You would have to be 100% desperate and at your last in ends, right? Because each and every time that your brain will go, shit, should we rob that lady for that 100 quid that she's just got out of that cash machine? Yeah, but we could get our hands broken for that. That's a good point, actually. I like my hands. I like my hands too. Maybe we shouldn't do that. I mean, if we want to keep our hands, it's probably a good idea. Yeah, this is a stupid idea anyway, man. Like, now, you see how their mindset's going to work when a normal conscience kicks into play. Yeah. This is the problem with humanity. You got literally therapists that don't even know therapy because literally at the beginning they got into it because they wanted to help people, and through the goddamn education system that they went through, they lost giving a shit. So that when they came to be a therapist, they don't give a shit. They'd rather sit there and offer you drugs so you get the fuck out of their face quicker. Right? Instead of actually sorting problems out. The world doesn't need drugs. The world needs to fucking heal, mate. It needs to heal. And its first area it needs to heal is the fucking protection of innocence, mate. You know what I mean? And then the next thing we need to do, we need to sort the food industry out properly, and not where we are at, where we've got fucking a load of food going to waste, yeah, a load of food. And trust me, one of my mates actually works in Tesco, and he does a lot of the food shelves and, you know, stocking, and he makes sure they've got the stock in and that crap. And like I said to him, I says, no offense, right? We've got all these homeless people, and even you know how much food Tesco wastes, right? And he's like, yeah, you're right. I says, see, the problem is we're saying that we don't have food for these homeless people, but we're happily just getting rid of this. It's not that we don't have food for the homeless people, it's that the homeless people don't have money for the food. And without that money, they can't purchase that food. And they would quite happily just throw that away instead of helping that guy. You know what I mean? Meal deals, mate. At the end of the day, what you should be doing with them meal deals, I'm not going to lie, is allowing the homeless to come and get them. Yeah, at the end of the day, the homeless should be able to come and take them sandwiches and a fucking drink and go off on their merry way. Right? Because at the end of the day, right, most of those sandwiches are probably going to be going to waste anyway by the next day. So just let the fucking homeless have a motherfucking sandwich and a pack of crisps and a bottle and leave them on the way. And you can literally just give them a card that will allow them access to this. Right? And honestly, doing something simple like that for the homeless, you'll be surprised how much crime you will cut down. Because that homeless person is more likely going to be using drugs and alcohol and that lot anyway. Right? And that's why he's struggling to get food. Because he's wasting his money on those areas. Right? Now, yes, they could abuse the system. It's a sandwich, a pack of crisps, and a fucking bottle of pop, mate. Are they really abusing the system for fucking like £3.50? Right? They're not, are they? Come on. I mean, technically, the abuse of the drugs and the alcohol is the abuse of the system, but they're using it for a coping mechanism. That's not abuse of the system. That's what the system is there for. To actually help people that need help. And trust me, if you've gotten a drug addiction, you more likely suffered a midlife crisis, a life crisis. Something that was traumatic enough to put you in a repetitive loop that now you're too scared to break from. This can happen on any drug. This doesn't matter. I mean, we do it for something as nicotine, right? That is a drug. That is something you abuse all the time. Right? And the reason why is because your brain can't cope with it anymore, can it? Mine can't. So, I know yours can't. I've always been able to get in and off stuff like quite quickly, but I will transfer one thing to another, I've noticed. So if I come off energy drinks, I seem to switch back to alcohol. Blah de blah de blah. You see, mine's exception of one's faults, which is where I came to my realization on where I am at. I've had addictions, I've had this, I've had that. I've not had more serious than most people out there, but I didn't let it get that bad. You see, instead of going out and being destructive, I actually became an introvert and I internalized. And through that internalizing, it allowed me to heal and to replace walls back up that I tear down and go back to like, what do I honestly need a woman for? Unless, I need help cutting down my stuff. And I don't really have that much. Right. Like, why do I physically need a woman then? Right, never mind. Why do women need a man? Because, I mean, no offense, you prove a load of times why you actually need men. Right? You prove that yourselves. Right? The only time a man technically really needs a woman is to have a child. Right? Everything else he's been doing on his own before he ever met you. When he was living happily single, visiting his boys, going to the pub when he was in his flat. But then he met your sorry ass, and now he's got a miserable sod at home that probably didn't do anything for him, so he's not doing anything for her, because, like, well, why should I do out for her when she just fuck all for me? Right. And that sort of spite builds up within relationships. And, yeah, you see, that doesn't really work out well. And spite, honestly, is one of the worst things within people. Because just because they learnt moderation and you didn't, that's not their fault. That's yours, mate. You should have learnt moderation. You should have learned to control yourself. Should have learned to say no. Right? Like, per se, I don't give a fuck what drugs you take, mate. I really don't. Drugs are drugs. Enjoy yourself. Go on, crack on, have fun. But be safe, look after yourself, and, blah de blah. Each to their own poison with me. I really do not judge for multiple reasons. But the biggest one is I don't know what drove you to that. Right? My pain drove me back to my areas, and I relapse every now and again on alcohol. And I've just pretty much never really actually came off cannabis. And I smoke that pretty much all the time. I can never rest. I just collapse. That's pretty much what I do now. I just collapse. And I'm not allowed medications. And sleeping tablets don't even work for me. Sleeping tablets, to me, are better than cocaine. Right. I imagine probably the best drug for ADHD people to take would be date rape, because it'd be kind of funny to see its interactions. Well, now, I could be absolutely shattered, but the second that my head hits that pillar, honestly, I don't feel like I'm sleeping on a nice comfy billet. I feel like I'm sleeping on a bag of cocaine. Or at least trying to sleep on a bag of cocaine in the pillow. Right, because fucking more alert. It's annoying. Like the most annoying and frustrating thing within the world. Well, the problem is with the world is instead of helping people, you're looking for what you can get out of people. And, you know, someone fucking offers you a pint or a cigarette or out like that, you instantly think that you're just obligated to that offer all the time. Right? But you'll find out that those people don't offer that well themselves. Right? And now some people will offer you, but for me, I'm going for more of an educational purpose with people now. I'm kind of done. Like, you can either learn or just fuck off, man. Right? I'm a guy that will listen to my mate's help. Right? But I'm also going to try and get you out that hell. The reason why is because I'm the only person that's trying to get me at my hell. So, if I'm the only person doing it for myself, you're damn fucking sure I'm going to do it for you. But there's only so much I can fucking exhaust before I need to go back to look after myself. Yeah. And to be honest, I'm kind of done with exhausting to, yeah, I'm just going to look after myself now. So, you can go and exhaust somebody else and stop wasting my time. And, yeah, I'm going to do what I need to do with my life just so I can get by. Other than that, I love you. No disrespect. And blah, blah, blah. But anyway, when we next come on here, because I'm ranting, we're just going to go around and obviously complete all these missions. Mainly go for these question marks to try and get these trademark things for the fast travel, to be honest. But yeah, these are what we're going to be doing. I think that's pretty much it. So we got all these. I lost the world. Yeah. That's what we're going to be doing. Oh, well, I'm coming back, but I'll come back at some point. I just need to ring and sort something out.